Hello there guys, welcome to the tutorial. So in this tutorial what we're gonna focus on the tunnel parts. Um, in this tutorial I want to show how to make a straight tunnel. Well, here I have some reference images which gonna kind of help us with the tunnel. We need this one in order to uh, create consistency between this part what we done and with the other parts what we're gonna do in the future. Obviously we're not gonna do that in the same scene, but we have a model which are ray tracks which gonna give us the scale which we need to follow. Okay, so let's deconstruct those images. So what we can see, we have normal walls which are just rocks. Here we have some wooden parts, some water, but we don't need to worry about this now. We have here, as you can see, the lights and the wires. Here as well, we can see lights, wires, water. We didn't really need to worry about this. Some kind of wooden part on the floor, and then that's basically it in the tunnel. What we cannot see here is we cannot see rails, and in some of the tunnels we need rails. Um, so we're gonna have to classify our tunnels in the two parts, like in the tunnel with rails and tunnel just as a pathway. And over here we can see another tunnel, and this tunnel doesn't really have the wooden supports and stuff, but we can see it's extremely rocky, and well, we need to add some more geometry to it, and later texture. So okay, let's go to Maya. Let's create new project. Let's call it straight rail tunnel. Okay, right now let's import from our rails scenes and straight rails. Okay, so what we have here, we have our straight rails which gonna give us a scale. So basically when we're gonna create our tunnel and we're gonna put it back into a scene, we're gonna attach rails really easily, so and later just modify the walls. Okay, so let's start. Let's create the plane, just simple plane. Let's go here. As you can see, my default creation controls creating this plane as really high poly. So let's go to here, just click this one and change those two inputs for one. Okay, let's put this one in place. Let's make it a bit smaller. Okay, right now let's go to edges, select those two, extrude them, just pull it up. Okay, select this one, extrude it, and put it here. And with the previous ones, let's select the vertex, press and hold V and just snap it. Right now just select those two and see merge vertices, press those ones, and we have walls done. And right now what I want to do, I want to check, because I made it with just with the planes, I want to check if normals are correct. So I'm going to face normals, and what I see, well, the normals are kind of big, but they are facing right direction. Other way, we can check this. We're going to lightning and two-sided lightning. This seems doesn't work. Okay, I don't have any light, so I cannot really check this one. Yeah. Okay, but from normals we can see that's correct. So let's select right now a rail and make a rail bit out in one side. Okay, double click this one and make it something like this. So in one side it's going a bit out, and in one side it's going a bit in. So it's like a puzzle. Okay, so right now let's go to Edit Mesh, insert Edge Loop Tools, and we're gonna create, I would say, four over here, and like 2 on each side. Okay, and let's now modify this a bit. I don't want really nothing on the rails. Actually, I can even make that rails are a bit side. Not gonna give, like, it's gonna be even a bit more realistic. You're gonna notice what I'm gonna try to not modify is those sides, like the entrance. I just want to modify those things which are inside. And also I will try, because normally in games you're making just one part and you constantly using it. Like you just, I select by mistake. Okay, cool. Constantly you're making just one straight part and you constantly reusing it. But in my level, it need to be like bit more advanced. I'm not too lazy, so I'm gonna try to make everything, every single thing possible, every single model different. So it's gonna be more realistic and more that kind of new generation of games. When I will apply texture on it with normals, this mesh will look really nice. Okay, where I can see something which is not really, right now we can see it's destroyed. Okay, let's save it. We don't want to save it here. Actually, right now we can set the project and we want to set the straight rail tunnel, and this automatically should point us to the scene. Okay, let's save this. What we can just double check everything. Okay. For now it's fine. This doesn't need to be finished yet. Okay, let's save this and let's go back to our vines. Okay, as you can see, everything is grouped. So it's gonna be easy for us later. And first thing what we're gonna do, let's take this one, just actually let's delete those ones, we don't need them now. Let's file, import, let's go to our straight rails, not script, scenes, and let's import this tunnel. Okay, as you can see everything's messy, so let's group this and and let's make it straight tunnel. So right now it's grouped. Okay. We're gonna need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need floor. Those rails, actually we're gonna leave it. No, what we're gonna leave it. Okay, so that's gonna reduce our performance for the computer. And let's right now make it like scale it properly that the rails gonna match. A bit too much here. Make it, put it down. This could be fine. Let's have a look here now. Okay. We need to make it a bit bigger. Something like that. Okay, now it's fine. So right now we're gonna have a tricky part because as you can see our tunnel is a bit bigger than we was expecting, and that's why we're gonna do some tricky stuff as well. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna select the main vertices, which are those ones. We're gonna snap them. As you can see, we just have four main. Okay. Select this one, snap it. Actually, didn't want to snap to this one. Okay, snap to here, and let's select one of here. This one's, and snap over here. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't really match. So we're gonna select this geometry, and now let's play with this. Okay, we need to make some changes, like this geometry here, this geometry here. Okay. Those two, they need to go down. Okay, and right now let's play with this. So we don't need to be perfect. We're gonna cover this with our wooden stuff, like wooden parts. So this one just need to match and looks more or less realistic. And that's why we're gonna, instead of adding additional geometry to the model, we're just gonna cheat a bit, because we don't want to really use a lot of polygons, because that's gonna be completely useless for us. We need to think about our graphic card and about game engine. We can use those polygons in other parts. Okay. Okay. What we need to look now, we need to look at these things, make sure those things they more or less line up. Then they don't need to be perfect. Okay, so let's look at from a tunnel perspective. We're missing just this one. Okay, and from our tunnel, we need to change some things here. Actually, this looks pretty cool because it's looking like it's going smaller and smaller. Okay. So right now, what we can do, we can no, actually this one no. I'm gonna create another cube because I'm gonna group them later on, and I'm gonna select this group, and I'm gonna click this button, so automatically I'm gonna assign to a layer, and I'm gonna call it straight tunnel. Um, Straight tunnel layer, and all of them I'm gonna assign as to render, so I can easily just go and just care about my cube right now. Actually need to make it bigger. And make sure they are looking like a support for this wall. And it doesn't really matter if it's going inside of the wall. That's one of the parts which we actually want. Just run the red one 90. Okay, let's select vertices over here. Let's put them like that. Just like this. Put them over here. Those are a bit more. Okay. This one is fine. This one covers. Okay, so right now the tunnel over here is covered. This geometry is fine. This one is covering. This one doesn't cover, and it doesn't cover really bottom. Okay, we're just gonna duplicate one more. Gonna move it, scale it. I'm gonna treat this as a support. Actually, you don't need to select the vertices. Just gonna scale this. Make it a bit smaller and scale Y. Pull this one back a bit. Make it disappear. Is this gonna cover? No, it doesn't. Okay. Got that. It's covering a wall. Now we need to create some kind of support on the bottom. So it's gonna cover like everything for us. So let's duplicate one more. And we're gonna have like one big piece sticking out like this. And after this, we can actually kind of modify that to give a bit more support for this. But for now, it's looking okay. Well, we need this to be a bit bigger on top. So select those two vertices, those two, and pull it up. So it's gonna actually cover bigger piece. Yes, that's good. Okay, so we have our tunnel ready. Rails fine. And that's gonna be our starting point. And in the next part, we're gonna create another entrance from the other side, and we're gonna keep on making tunnels. Thanks.